Cleveland. We're kicking off the show with a sweet tooth for sure. Something from KB Confections. We have Karen Bosworth, the lovely owner of the wonderful shop in Lakewood. Yes. You're right on Detroit Road.
Yes, we are.
So how long have you been in business there?
We will be celebrating our 6th year this summer.
But you have been doing this long before.
Yes.
In your home, the comfort of your home.
A long, long time.
So have you always been a fan of creating wonderful pastries?
Yes.
Yes?
Fierce sweet tooth.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
so that's where it started.
Yes.
So today we're making cream puffs because that is the easiest way to say what she's making. What do you really call them?
Pot of choux.
Pot of choux, which is French, correct?
And we are not.
And we are not. So we'll just go with cream puffs because they still taste just as good no matter what way you say it, right?
Yeah.
Are they hard to make, easy to make?
No, they're simple, easy. I thought they were hard. And when I made them for the first time, my mom used to make them, so I was always in the kitchen watching, but they're very easy. And what's really nice about these is they're very versatile. You can fill them with sweet things or savory things.
Ah, that's a good point too.
Yeah, so with lots of bridal showers and graduations and communions and Mother's Day brunches, there's all different ideas that you could do with these.
This is going to be a great idea for you. Let's show people how they can let's just start this. Now, what kind of dough, if they wanted to make this on their own at home, say?
Okay, so it's real simple ingredients. It's eggs, flour, butter, and water. So they could probably go make them right after we're done.
We'll give you something to do at your 11 o'clock hour.
Right. Okay, so it's a real easy recipe. It's 1 cup of water, and we're going to bring this to a boil. And when it comes to a boil, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in 4 ounces of butter.
Okay.
And we're going to let this melt. And then as this melts and bubbles, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add, and you're going to want to make sure this is thoroughly melted.
Okay.
We're going to speed up the process here.
Just to show.
Right. And then this is a cup of flour, which is about 5 ounces of flour. And so we're going to bring this all together, and it's going to form a dough. And you can let it cool.
So it's going to be pretty thick in the pot.
Yes, it's going to be very thick. So we could probably we're doing this right here. So it's going to all come together, and it's going to be a kind of a blob of dough. And what I do is, you can do this by hand, the next step, or you can just put it in the mixer, which is I like to do so I can save my arm. But we're going to go ahead.
Exactly. These things, I swear, when KitchenAids came about, they were one of the greatest inventions.
Oh yeah, we use ours all the time. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to dump this dough in here, and we're going to just kind of, I put the paddle attachment on, not the whisk, and we're going to add 4 eggs to this. So I have 2 here, and best to do 1 at a time, but so we can speed this up, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add 2 more. And this is going to form a dough ball. And you want to make sure you crack this in a separate
so we don't get shells?
Yeah, so if you crack and get shells, they're not going to go in your recipe.
That's always the best, when you
just like that.
Get that spoon in there and try to find the little piece that you know is in there somewhere.
So we can speed this up, and this will all come together, and it's going to form a nice smooth consistency. We did one over here.
Oh, great. Okay.
So we're going to take this dough, and I like to put anything in a piping bag that I can. It's just easier. I have a lot of control over that. So we're just going to go ahead and scoop our dough in here. You could just use a spoon. You could probably, the consistency of the dough, you probably could even just use like a little ice cream scooper if you had one of those. You could even use a Ziploc bag if you wanted to have a little control and you didn't have a decorating bag. We'll just put these down here.
Okay.
Okay, so then we're gonna just go ahead. I made, we have little circles and like for cream puffs, or you
Those
could
finished
make
products look unbelievable.
or you can go ahead, we just kind of build up. You could squirt them out and do eclairs if you wanted. And then you're going to put this in the oven, a pretty hot oven, probably about 375. And when you put them in the oven, you want to just leave them alone. Don't keep chucking in there, because otherwise they could collapse. That's one little secret.
We don't want the collapsing to happen.
So maybe about 20 minutes until they're about light brown. You can kind of tell they'll feel kind of hollow. And then you can go ahead and just cut them. If there's any excess dough in there, you could
scoop it out a little if you need to. And eat it on the side, which is what I would probably do.
Some people even just like to just squirt the decorating bag and just fill it that way. I like to make them big.
And then she has to have another one.
I got another
because you do
decorating
like
bag.
to put everything.
Yeah, everything.
You are right.
Yes, everything goes this way.
All right. And then you just fill them with cream.
We're just going to fill them. And you could fill them with chicken salad. You could fill them with, my mom used to do pudding. So you could do.
That all sounds so good.
You could do anything like that. I just go ahead.
What did you, is this just regular?
This is just stabilized whipped cream with some powdered sugar. And I'm just going to fill this, put a little top on there and top it off with some chocolate ganache, or you could do some powdered sugar.
Look how pretty this is. And do we sell these at your place?
Yeah, we do.
Or was this just for us? Do you sell them there too?
We sell them. This would be probably something you'd see on one of our pastry trays. We sell a lot of variety of pastries.
You have cupcakes, you have cakes,
cookies, macarons. Yes, it's definitely busy season at the bakery.
I'll tell you. We'll come in. What are your hours?
We are open Saturdays from 9 to 4 and Tuesday through Friday from 10 until 6.
Well, if we didn't get your sweet tooth fixed with that, I don't know what we'll do it for you. Thank you so much for being here again.
Thank you.
Right in Lakewood on Detroit Road.
Right in Lakewood, come and have them.
Confections.
We have a lot of seating. You can come and have coffee. It's great.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you again so much for being here.